the 2002 Formula 1 season. A year all about one man.
Michael Schumacher.
It's Michael Schumacher.
Looks like Michael Schumacher.
Well, obviously it's Michael Schumacher, isn't it? He's in a class of his own.
He was on the podium every race. It was the shortest time ever a driver clinched the Drivers' Championship, as he dominated his teammate Rubens Barrichello by 67 points. Ferrari as a whole got as many points as the rest of the field combined. What about if you reverse the grid though? Can that shape up the championship in what was one of the most dominant years for any team ever in Formula 1? Barrichello, McLaren, Williams, even the likes of Jaguar or Minardi could now take the 2 world championships away from Ferrari. Is it possible? Is it realistic even? We'll find out. 2002 was a record-breaking year for Scuderia Ferrari, but could that all mean nothing now? It's time to start the 2002 Reverse Grid Race Championship.
Welcome to Australia for round 1 of the 2002 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. Once again, we're in Melbourne, where the Australian Grand Prix has been staged since moving here from Adelaide in 1996. The season opener always provides the first real indication of each team's competitiveness after the lengthy pre-season testing period that this year took place in January and February. Reliability is always a worry for the teams in the initial rounds of the championship, as Formula 1 travels the globe for the first 3 races and development of the race cars is therefore relatively limited.
Okay, so hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here with the first episode in my 2002 Reverse Grid Race series. Obviously we just saw, or not that long ago, we saw my F1 Championship Edition Reverse Grid Race series. Now is the second one I'm doing, and it's on Formula 1 2002 on the PS2 actually. Yeah, and well, here is the grid. We got this is 2002, this is 14 years ago. You got the likes of Jordan, Minardi, Jaguar, Orange Arrows, Toyota. We got all sorts of interesting people here. I'll just slowly run through the grid. And we'll stop at both arrows for just a second. Both arrows. Well, actually, firstly, I should probably explain the rules of the Reverse Grid Race series if you haven't watched my initial series on the F1 Championship Edition game. Finally got my words out there. But basically, in in this Reverse Grid Race series, what we do is we take the real-life qualifying results, reverse them, and then put it on a spectator mode, see what happens. The idea being that the big teams and the smaller teams have an equal chance of winning each race. That's the idea anyway, and we'll just have to see how well that plays out. Each race is only on 10% distance. I'll get to that in a second, why it's only on 10%, because I'm sure some people will be shocked it's only a 10% distance. The idea is meant to be as fair as possible. Now there's arrows in 6th and 8th, and I'm giving them a second chance this series, in this Reverse Grid Race series. You may think, a second chance, what do you mean? They weren't in, the 2006 F1 Championship Edition series. No, they weren't, but Super Aguri were, and Super Aguri used the chassis from the 2002 Arrows. I mean, obviously Arrows went bust midway through 2002. The chassis was bought by Paul Stoddart, who then sold it on to Super Aguri. So, there you go, both Ferraris at the back, that is key. Remember that both Ferraris are at the back, I'm sure that won't last for long, trust me. Just watch out for the Ferraris. But yeah, I mean, I'm giving Arrows a second chance. I'm giving this chassis a second chance this series, and that's the link. That's the closest link I can think. That's the closest link I can think of between this series and the 2006 one on F1 Championship Edition. That's the grid. Trust me, Ferrari will be on top form this race. If you've never played this game before, or you've never seen a video on this game on Spectator mode, prepare to be blown away. Let's just start the 2002 Australian Grand Prix.
Once again, welcome to the 2002 Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. It's race day, and the grandstands are packed with enthusiastic fans and supporters. Last year's Grand Prix produced some fantastic racing, and in the end it was Michael Schumacher who started his season with a flawless win from pole. David Coulthard followed him home in second place and opened his 2001 points account at the same time. Rubens Barrichello made it a podium double for Ferrari, finishing third. Heidfeld was fourth on his debut for the Swiss Sauber team, and Heinz-Harald Frentzen opened his points account with a strong drive to fifth. Then newcomer Kimi Räikkönen scored a well-deserved point in his first Formula One Grand Prix, with a fantastic sixth place, giving the Sauber team a brilliant start to the 2001 season. And as they come off the parade lap, the lights will go on shortly. There's the first one, second one, 3 lights now, 4 lights, 5 lights. When they go off, we'll be racing in Melbourne, and it is go! A fantastic start. Everyone's away cleanly, rushing up to 120 miles an hour in the run down to turn 1, and the new Grand Prix season is underway.
Cheers, James Allen. So here we are with Takuma Sato, who really didn't qualify in last. Well, he did, but he didn't even qualify in the 107% rule. But just for argument's sake, let's say he qualified last. I don't even think Sato actually took part, or did he take part in the 2002 Australian Grand Prix? I don't know. De La Rosa all over the back of him. A move for first place that hasn't quite worked out. We got Irvine third. No, we haven't, because he's battling. Oh no, that's De La Rosa we're seeing. Both Jaguars all over the back. De La Rosa's got past. Okay, De La Rosa has got past Takuma Sato. So it's De La Rosa, Sato, Irvine. Who's that in fourth? That's Mika Salo. Alan McNish, we're going on board with Montoya. Don't know why. That's the problem with this game. It does like to change the camera angles just for no reason on its own. Barrichello's come from last to 14th place. We will see, this is a trend we'll see a lot. Just tons of... Why is it changing the camera every 2 seconds? I mean, there's a Minardi. Wow. Whoa, there's been a massive crash there. Oh my word, there's been chaos. Ralf Schumacher's got no front wing. We've got a McLaren off. Let's have a look at that replay very quickly, because you don't get to rewind too far back with the replay, and you only get these 3 camera angles. We'll take a look at this one. Ralf Schumacher, just like in the real life 2002 Grand Prix, causing a massive crash. I think he caused it. Let's have a look. What actually happened? I don't know, actually. Let's have a look at the... Jesus, that Ferrari. I think that might have been Barrichello. That's almost revenge from the real life 2002 Grand Prix if that was Barrichello who smashed him into the wall. And bearing in mind, Ralf Schumacher went from, I mean, where was he, about third to last on the grid? And he's like, well, okay, what Ferrari's that? That's Barrichello, so there's Barrichello's the one near him. So he goes off. That's Sauber Tangle. Jeez, yeah, that Ferrari, was that his, no, that was Michael, so Michael just planted Ralf into the wall. Let's have a look at this one lap. Well, I mean, something happened with one of the McLarens. I mean, so let's have a look. Well, we'll look at Coulthard, see if we can learn anything else from here. No. I have no idea. It's too crazy, this game. This game is honestly completely mental. I mean, at least in the spectator mode. You want to know why there's 10% is a 10% race distance? Well, look, in one lap, Michael Schumacher, or crucially Barrichello, has come from last to 10th in one lap. This is why it's on the 10% race. I tried to give the small teams a chance. We've still got Takuma Sato in second place. Irvine is still third. Salo fourth. Button in the Renault in fifth place. Alan McNish. Wow, what a guy, what a driver. Coulthard is out with some kind of car failure there. This is when the auto-changing camera is useful, when someone goes out. Fire on the back of David Coulthard's car. I wonder if we can get a closer look at that. Yeah, wow. And David's car up in smoke. I think we probably would have missed tons of action there. De La Rosa pulling away from the rest of the field. We've then got Sato still in second, Irvine third, Sarlo fourth, Button fifth, Alan McNish the last points in sixth. And okay, everything's still going well for the time being. I thought we were going to see a bit of a crash. Button on the back of his fellow countryman Alan McNish. And then we've got no, hang on. He's on the back of Mika Salo. Alan McNish is the Toyota behind him. What about in the battle for second place? I'll tell you one good thing. De La Rosa being miles ahead of everyone means that we might not see a Ferrari win. Speaking of the Ferraris, where are they? I can see them. They're both looming there. Barrichello up into 8th place, which if we advanced just a year forward, he'd be in a points place. But obviously, 2002, only the top 6 take points. Heifeld in 7th, McNish 6th, Button 5th, Salo 4th. Irvine is still up behind Takuma Sato. Wow, trying to make a move there, no. And we never saw De La Rosa make the move on Sato. Whoa, Mika Salo out with some kind of car failure there. I think his car has come up in smoke as well. Sarlo, what was he in 5th place? He was doing phenomenally well. I mean, how long that would have lasted, it's impossible to tell. Already we got a Minardi at the back of the field. Already. We've only had 2 laps gone. Alex Young is already at the back of the field. De La Rosa, Sato, Irvine, Button did get past Mika. Oh no, of course Mika Salo went out with some kind of car failure. Okay, and Button wasn't able to make the move. We've got Sato out with... whoa! How many engine failures are we seeing? Sato out with an engine failure. We're then... okay, I don't want to look at Alex Young. So it's De La Rosa, Irvine. We've got Schumacher, the former teammates going head to head on track here. Schumacher down the inside of Eddie Irvine. And trust me, it almost seems like the other cars get scared of the Ferraris. I would be if I was stuck up behind a Ferrari in 2002. I mean, sure, in the real-life Australian Grand Prix, they only used a 2001 model Ferrari, but still, look at that car go. He is absolutely flying right now. I mean, Irvine can hardly see him at this point. Where is De La Rosa? Okay, quite a way up. I mean, a good few seconds, but Michael will catch that up in no time. So would Barrichello. He's in 5th place, trying to get past Jenson Button. I think you can assume in this series there's not going to be any cuts. This is going to be 6 laps, unedited, uncut. If you cut away for a single second, you will miss a piece of action. This is why this game's spectator mode is phenomenal. Barrichello got past Button. As you can see, Barrichello is lapping over 2 seconds a lap quicker than Jenson Button. That is the pace of both Ferraris. Let's recap. I think we're going to get a bit of quiet time for a while. De La Rosa first. Wow, is all I can say. Michael Schumacher second. He could. I wouldn't be surprised if he caught up. Bearing in mind he was about 8 seconds behind. Really wouldn't be surprised if he caught that up. Irvine third. Barrichello, the guy replacing him at Ferrari, is 4th. What happened there? Okay, Button 5th. And Heifeld in 6th. Actually, the Saubers, if I'm correct in saying, were pretty good in 2002. And Heifeld isn't exactly a bad driver, so we could see Sauber get some points. Of course, Massa, the other driver at Sauber at 2002. Barrichello, he's going to get past Irvine. If there's never been a more inevitable move, Irvine is easily going to get past. Oh no, Barrichello's easily going to get past Irvine. He hasn't though, actually. I'll tell you one good thing about this game compared to Championship Edition. You do get some proper T-cam on-board shots. So let's have a look at that. Is that Michael coming up to lap some guys? Michael is coming up to lap people. I mean, who's that? Is that Minardi of Young, probably? Probably Alex Young, maybe Webber. Yep, that's Alex Young. Get out of the way. There is a race win on the cards. Okay, Barrichello's still up behind Irvine. I think we'll get some T-cam shots for the time being, bearing in mind we're on the last lap of the race. And Ferrari are in a battle with Jaguar. Whoever would have thought it? Ferrari in a battle with Jaguar. Barrichello trying to get past Irvine. Schumacher trying to get past De La Rosa. We've still got Button 5th, Heifeld 6th. That's looking pretty comfortable. Trulli, Massa, the other Renault and other Sauber just outside of that little bubble there. So really, the top 8 dominated by Ferrari, Jaguar, Renault, Sauber, but Barrichello up the inside of Irvine. Schumacher right up behind De La Rosa. This is the last lap of the race. We're into the last sector of the Australian Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher all over the back of De La Rosa. He nearly put it into the gravel there, but he didn't quite. De La Rosa in the Jaguar in the first race of the 2002 Reverse Grid Race Series has just about kept first from those uber fast Ferraris. Yes, he has. De La Rosa first, Michael Schumacher second, Barrichello third, getting past a Ferrari there. Irvine fourth, Button fifth, Heidfeld sixth. Just outside of the points, you've got Trulli, Massa, Montoya in the BMW Williams, which is electrically quick. There's Alan McNish. There's the 2006 Super Aguri, or the 2002 Orange Arrows, which is a fan favourite, Enrique Benoldi there. Then we got Frentzen, Mark Webber. Mark Webber didn't do too badly, actually, considering Young did horribly. Although we had a few guys coming to the pits, of course, Ralf Schumacher, Raikkonen. There's Young still trying to get out of everyone's way, and I think we'll just have to... Oh no, there they are. Okay, so there's the race results, and...
Easy peasy, chocolate squeezy.
Well, I will have to pause the results screen because they go by very quickly, but there's nothing I can say. You saw the craziness from this race. Tons of retirements. Ferrari OP. There's nothing I can say. That's why I've put it on a 10% race, because at least on 10%, lower teams like Jaguar have a chance of scoring points. Right then, so I won't show you the Drivers' Championship this episode because it's just a direct reflection of the race results. I will show you the Constructors' Championship and Jaguar leading it. I really don't think this is going to last so much longer because you saw how OP Ferrari are. McLaren and Williams do have some pace, but of course they tangled at the start of the Grand Prix. This game is so in favour of the big teams. I'm trying my best putting it on 10%, but really, this series is trying to equalise the teams. It's impossible when you got Ferrari OP-ness like that, but at least Jaguar do have some speed, and De La Rosa getting first means that, well, Jaguar are just about leading in the Constructors' Championship. Jenson Button had a good race to finish in 5th in the Renault, and obviously this was Renault's first year back in Formula 1, and he did do very well. He had a pretty quiet race. Obviously it was helped by Mika Salo going out of an engine failure, and Nick Heidfeld, who's a fan favourite from the F1 Championship Edition Reverse Grid Race days, he was still able to claim a point this race. So that's going to please a lot of people, because I know Nick Heidfeld is a driver lots of people in the comments like. So Heidfeld and the Sauber as well to get 1 point. Very good, because I do kind of feel sorry for Sauber, but at least in 2002 they were pretty quick actually in comparison to where we see Sauber in other seasons. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and next time we'll be at... God, I don't even know what Grand Prix is next actually. I'll have a look. Oh, it's the Malaysian Grand Prix. Okay, the Malaysian Grand Prix. Wow, that should go even more in the favour of the big teams, really. With its long straights, that really is going to go in the favour of the big teams. And it did in the F1 Championship Edition days as well. I don't think Super Aguri even got a point to that race. Can Arrows get a point? I'm not just going to focus on Arrows, I just thought I'd say, but I just do like it how the Arrows car in this game and the Super Aguri car in 2006 is roughly the same car. It's the same backbone anyway because it's the same chassis. But the Malaysian Grand Prix, we saw how crazy this race was. Amplify that 17 times over, you've got the Reverse Grid Race Series on Formula 1 2002.